Lily lived in a small apartment on the third floor of an old building. The walls were cracked, the floors creaked, and the heater barely worked in winter. But to her, it was home. Her mom worked long hours at the diner down the street, so Lily spent most of her time alone. She didn't mind, though. She liked fixing things. Broken toys, torn clothes, anything she could find. It made her feel useful. One chilly afternoon, as she walked home from school, something shiny caught her eye in a dumpster near the corner store. Curious, she stopped and peered inside. There, half buried under crumpled newspapers and coffee cups, was a music box. Its golden edges gleamed faintly despite the grime covering it. Someone threw this away? Lily muttered to herself, picking it up carefully. The music box was dented and scratched, but she could tell it had once been beautiful. A delicate flower pattern was engraved on its lid, and tiny jewels sparkled faintly around the edges. Felt heavy in her hands, like it held secrets. When she got home, she set to work cleaning and repairing it. Using tools from her fix-it kit, a mismatched collection of screwdrivers, glue, and tape, she managed to get the hinges working again. With a soft click, the lid opened, and a haunting melody began to play. But that wasn't all. Inside, nestled against faded velvet lining, were two things: an old photograph and a folded note. The photo showed two children, a boy and a girl, smiling brightly in front of a grand mansion. They looked happy, carefree. The note, written in neat handwriting, read, "Keep us safe. Find Mom." Lily stared at it, her heart racing. Who were these kids? And why would someone leave such a treasure in the trash? She didn't know yet, but she was determined to find out. One article stood out: "Tragic accident claims lives of millionaire couple." Lily clicked on it, her heart pounding. The headline was from several years ago, but the photo accompanying the article made her gasp. It was the same mansion from the music box. The article explained that the couple, Charles and Margaret Whitmore, were wealthy owners of a luxury hotel chain. They had died in a car accident, leaving behind two young children, Emma and Jack Whitmore. At the time, their uncle, Richard Whitmore, had stepped in to take care of the family business and the kids. But something about the story didn't sit right with Lily. The article mentioned that the children had vanished from public view after the accident. No one seemed to know where they were or how they were doing. Lily scrolled further and found another piece, a tabloid article titled, "Where are the Whitmore heirs?" It speculated that Richard had taken control of the family fortune and disappeared with the kids. Some even accused him of foul play, though nothing was ever proven. Her mind raced. Could the siblings in the photo, Emma and Jack, be the same ones who'd vanished? And if so, what did the note mean? "Keep us safe. Find Mom." Lily felt a chill run down her spine. What if their mom hadn't just died in the accident? What if she'd been trying to protect them from something or someone? She printed out the articles and tucked them into her backpack. As she walked home, she couldn't shake the feeling that she'd stumbled onto something much bigger than she'd imagined. When she got back to the apartment, her mom was already asleep on the couch, exhausted from her double shift at work. Lily sat at the kitchen table, staring at the music box and the photo. "I'll figure this out," she whispered to herself. "I have to." The next day, Lily decided to dig deeper. She scoured the internet for any mention of Emma or Jack Whitmore after their parents' death. It wasn't easy. There were no recent photos, no interviews, nothing. But then she found a clue: an old foster care record listing a girl named E.W. who matched Emma's age and description. The file mentioned that E.W. had been placed in a group home in a town 3 hours away. Lily knew she couldn't just hop on a bus. It was too far, and her mom would worry. So she came up with a plan. She told her mom she needed to stay late at school for a project, packed some snacks, and took the earliest bus she could find. When she arrived in the small town, she went straight to the group home. Her heart raced as she knocked on the door. A kind woman answered, and Lily showed her the photo from the music box. "I'm looking for someone," Lily said nervously. "Her name might be Emma Whitmore. Does she live here?" The woman frowned, studying the picture. "Emma? No, I don't think so. But wait. We do have a girl around that age who came to us years ago." She doesn't talk much about her past, though. The woman led Lily to a quiet room where a teenage girl sat reading by the window. She looked older than in the photo but unmistakably familiar. "Hi," Lily said softly. "I think I found something that belongs to you." She held out the music box. The girl froze, her eyes widening as she reached for it. This was my mom's," she whispered, her voice trembling. "How did you find it?" "It's a long story," Lily replied. "But there's more. Do you remember your brother, Jack?" Emma's hands shook as she clutched the music box. "Jack? He's gone. My uncle took him. I haven't seen him since." Her voice trailed off, tears streaming down her face. Lily sat beside her, letting her cry. When Emma finally calmed down, Lily explained everything. The note, the articles, her hunch that their uncle had stolen their inheritance. "We can find him," Lily said firmly. "Together." Emma hesitated, then nodded. For the first time in years, she felt a flicker of hope. Over the next few days, Lily and Emma worked together to piece together clues about Jack's whereabouts. They discovered that Richard Whitmore lived in a sprawling mansion on the outskirts of the city. A place so luxurious it looked more like a palace than a home. Photos online showed him attending charity galas, shaking hands with celebrities, and posing in front of his hotels. "He's living large," Lily muttered as she scrolled through the images. "And he's using your family's money to do it." Emma clenched her fists. "We have to get Jack out of there." "But how?" Lily had an idea. "There's a gala coming up at one of his hotels. If we can sneak in, maybe we can find Jack and talk to him." Emma hesitated. "What if Richard finds out? He'll never let us near Jack." "We'll be careful," Lily promised. As they planned their next move, strange things began happening. One evening, Lily found a note slipped under her apartment door. "Stop digging into things that don't concern you." Her stomach churned. Someone was watching her. The next day, Emma received a call from an unknown number. A gruff voice warned her, "Stay away from my nephew. You don't know what you're messing with." Despite the threats, neither girl backed down. They knew they were close to uncovering the truth, and Richard was getting desperate. To protect themselves, they decided to gather evidence. Lily hacked into public records, with help from a tech-savvy classmate, and uncovered forged adoption papers linking Jack to Richard. It was clear now. Richard had erased Emma's identity and claimed Jack as his own son to secure the family fortune. But Richard wasn't going to let them expose him without a fight. One night, as Lily walked home from school, a black car slowed beside her. The window rolled down, revealing a man with cold eyes. "You've been warned," he said before speeding off. Lily ran home, her heart pounding. She told Emma everything, and they agreed to step up their plan. Time was running out. The night of the gala arrived, and Lily and Emma were ready. They had borrowed dresses from a thrift store, nothing fancy, but enough to blend in with the crowd. Emma wore her mother's music box around her neck, hidden under her dress, as a reminder of why they were doing this. "This is it," Lily whispered as they approached the glittering hotel entrance. "Stay close to me." Inside, the ballroom was alive with music, laughter, and clinking glasses. Chandeliers sparkled above them, and guests mingled beneath portraits of Richard Whitmore himself, looking smug and self-assured. "Where do you think Jack is?" Emma asked nervously, scanning the room. "He'll be here," Lily said firmly. "Just keep your eyes open." They wandered through the crowd until they spotted him. A teenage boy standing near the stage, dressed in a sharp suit that looked far too formal for someone his age. His resemblance to Emma was unmistakable. "That's him," Emma breathed. "That's Jack." Lily nodded. "Go talk to him. I'll keep watch." Emma hesitated, then walked over to Jack, her hands trembling. She tapped him gently on the shoulder. "Jack?" she said softly. He turned, his brow furrowing. "Do I know you?" "It's me, Emma," she said, tears welling up in her eyes. "Your sister." Jack stared at her, confused. "My sister? I don't have a sister." Before Emma could explain, a voice boomed behind them. "What's going on here?" It was Richard. His cold gaze swept over Emma, then landed on Lily, who was lingering nearby. "You again," he sneered. "I warned you to stay out of my business." Lily stepped forward, holding up her phone. "Not anymore. We know what you did, how you stole their inheritance and erased Emma's identity. And we've got proof." Richard's face darkened. He motioned to two men standing nearby, clearly security guards. "Get them out of here," he ordered. But before they could act, Lily pressed play on her phone. The recording of Richard's earlier threats echoed through the ballroom, silencing the crowd. Gasps rippled through the guests as they realized what was happening. Jack looked at Richard, betrayal flashing in his eyes. "Is this true? Did you lie to me?" Richard stammered, trying to defend himself, but it was too late. Emma held out the music box, showing Jack the photo inside. "This is us," she said. "Our parents gave this to us. Don't you remember?" Memories began flooding back to Jack, fragments of a life he'd been forced to forget. Tears filled his eyes as he hugged Emma tightly. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I didn't know." Richard tried to intervene, but the crowd turned against him. Someone called the police, and within minutes, officers arrived to arrest him for fraud and kidnapping. As the chaos unfolded, Lily slipped away, watching from a distance as Emma and Jack clung to each other. Finally reunited in the weeks that followed, Richard's crimes made headlines across the country. The forged adoption papers, stolen inheritance, and years of deceit were exposed, leaving him behind bars. The Whitmore siblings, Emma and Jack, reclaimed their rightful place as heirs to their parents' hotel empire. For Lily, life returned to normal, or as normal as it could be after everything she'd done. One afternoon, there was a knock at her apartment door. When she opened it, she found Emma and Jack standing there, smiling nervously. "We just wanted to say thank you," Emma said, holding out an envelope. "This is for you." Lily shook her head. "I didn't do it for money or anything like that. I just wanted to help." "We know," Jack replied. "But we want to help you too. You changed our lives, Lily. Let us do the same for yours." Inside the envelope was a check, enough to cover her mom's debts, fix their apartment, and even pay for Lily's education. "I don't know what to say," Lily admitted, her voice trembling. "You don't have to say anything," Emma said with a smile. "Just promise us one thing. Keep being the amazing person you are." Lily nodded, tears in her eyes. As the siblings walked away, hand in hand, Lily watched them go, feeling a deep sense of pride. She had started this journey by fixing a broken music box, and ended up mending a family torn apart by greed and lies. From that day on, Lily knew one thing for sure. Kindness, no matter how small, could change the world. Thank you for joining Lily, Emma, and Jack on this unforgettable journey of courage, kindness, and justice. Now it's your turn to be part of the story. If you found the music box like Lily did, would you have taken the risk to investigate its secrets? What about the reward Emma and Jack offered? Would you accept it, or would you turn it down like Lily did? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe in karma, or that kindness always comes back to you? How has this story made you think differently about helping others? Was there a moment that stood out to you most? Maybe it was Lily's bravery at the gala, Emma and Jack's emotional reunion, or even the tension of facing Richard. Share your favorite part with us. Have you ever done something kind without expecting anything in return? Did it change someone's life? Or maybe even yours? We'd love to hear your story. Tag a friend who reminds you of Lily. Someone brave, resourceful, and full of heart, and spread the love. Stories like this bring people together from all over the world. Where are you reading this from? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about your corner of the globe.